Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Military TV channel. Earlier this month, the U.S. Air Force literally dropped a giant curtain to reveal its latest fighter jet, the F-15EX Eagle II. The ceremony at Eglin Air Force Base in Florida marked the official debut of the twin-engine aircraft, complete with puffs of fog to set the scene. Despite some complaints about the jet's uncreative new name, the Boeing-made fighter deserves a close look. Brand new aircraft models don't often enter service, and when they do, they fly for decades. This model F-15 is the latest in a long line of aircraft with similar names dating back to the 1970s, so it can be hard to know precisely what is new about this gray-winged machine. Here's everything you might want to know about the F-15EX Eagle II and its metal ancestors, plus what one pilot says is the craft's key weakness in 21st century battles. The F-15EX, the newest Eagle. The latest version of the Eagle, officially called the Eagle II, is what will carry aviators into that life or death contest. The C and D model F-15s are getting old, so this is what will replace them. Pilots will now have a high-definition color touchscreen that measures 19 by 10 inches. A secondary screen is in the backseat for use if the rear spot is occupied, although the plane will probably be occupied by just a single person most of the time. The Eagle II is now completely fly-by-wire too. Instead of those previous gen pulleys and cables, the plane now digitally interprets how the pilot moves the controls, and then electronic signals talk to the rest of the aircraft. Pilots sometimes say that with this kind of aircraft, human aviators are just voting. They vote by moving the stick to tell the plane what they'd like it to do, while the flight control computer figures the rest out. The plane also has what's known as an open mission system backbone, says Major Aaron Eshkenazi, a pilot with the Air Force who has been flying the F-15EX. That makes the aircraft more modular. Engineers can plug software code into it for a new sensor or weapon, for example, and that system is isolated from our safety of flight. Finally, the Eagle II is similar to what Boeing has already been making for foreign customers: the F-15SA for Saudi Arabia and the QA for Qatar. The Air Force says it may purchase as many as 144 of them. There's one big thing the F-15 Eagle II can't do. The context behind the purchase, she says, has roots in two issues. One is that it's expensive for the Air Force to continually maintain fleets of dated jets. The average age of an Air Force fighter nowadays is about 30 years old, she says. She notes that the F-16 she flew dates to 1985, and it's still kicking around. The other concern is the Air Force's desire to diversify its base away from just Lockheed Martin-made jets like the F-35. The Eagle II is made by Boeing. She argues that a modern fighter jet should have a triad of capabilities: stealth, information systems presented to the pilot in a manageable way, and the ability to conduct electronic warfare and jam an enemy. You cannot put this aircraft in the battle space because it's missing one of those legs, Penny says. When we buy fighter jets, it's not about the cool factor, she adds. What matters is how we will be able to utilize them in combat and how effective they will be for their pilots and for our nation. She gives the Air Force's decision a big thumbs down.